You're going to be green with envy this week on the Reptile Parties YouTube channel. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Reptile Parties and Calgary/YYC Nature and Education Center YouTube channel. We've got a cool video this week. We are meeting a couple of residents that are green and live in the jungle and actually have a lot of similarities and differences in their care. We are starting off with the green basilisk. So this is also known as a plume basilisk. You can see why, because of that crest on the back of its head and on its back. It goes all the way down its tail. These guys have an interesting nickname. Their nickname is the Jesus Christ lizard. So they are called that because they are the ones that can run on water for short bursts. So they get a lot of momentum and they just run on their hind legs on the water. They are found in Costa Rica in Central America. There are also brown basilisks as well. And they are a diurnal, so awake during the day, arboreal semi-aquatic lizard. So that's kind of complicated to set up a home for them because they need a good water area to swim in. They can hold their breath for over half an hour, but also lots of trees and branches and foliage, either real or fake, that they like to hide in, blend in. Their being green helps them camouflage very, very well. Now this guy was captive bred in Medicine Hat. One of the issues with the basilisks is they are often wild caught. Now when I got him, it was sort of as a tame basilisk. Unfortunately, with him being as small as he was and kind of flighty, probably didn't handle him as much as I should have as he was younger. So he does have some sass to him. The mouth open, tongue sticking out is definitely a threat display, and he absolutely would bite me, which is why I'm wearing a glove, because he could give, even at this size, a pretty not fun bite. And if I know an animal is going to bite me, I'm going to wear gloves. You know, sometimes you get surprised by animals, and it's not that it's necessarily bad, but the bite itself. But, you know, he could draw blood, and if he bit and held on, that would be not fun as well. So, you know, these guys definitely, for the most part, are typically display animals. They're not something that loves handling, that's going to, you know, cuddle you and hang out with you like a lot of other lizards. So, you know, if you want a handleable lizard, get a bearded dragon or a mastix. If you want something that is spectacularly beautiful, but is very hands-off, basilisk can be a good choice. Unfortunately, a lot of times they're wild caught. Is there a place for wild caught? I've said this before. Yes. Is it with someone getting their first pet reptile? No. Is it with people like the person who bred them, who their goal was to have captive bred basilisks available? Yes, that is great, and that is really, really helpful, because they are a really beautiful lizard. Now, the females don't have those crests, so he is absolutely 100% a boy. The females actually look more like baby green iguanas, and we're actually going to meet a green iguana right now. So if you have been a long-time viewer of the channel, you would have met Lenora before. Lenora is our female green iguana. And for those that aren't familiar with her backstory, Lenora was actually abandoned at a pet sitter's, and they dropped her off for babysitting and never came and got her. She's going through shed, so you can see there's some shed on there. Unfortunately, the humidity overall in this space that we have right now isn't quite as high as we would like it, especially for her habitat. We are building a brand new habitat for our 2 iguanas as well as our redfoot tortoises. That's going to have much better humidity, and we're really excited about that. That's going to be a really nice showpiece here at the YYC Nature Center. So she'll have lots of branches to climb and lots of humidity, and of course lots of delicious veggies that she and the tortoises will all dine on. So it's going to be a mixed species exhibit, which you can do if you have the space. So, you know, should you have a green iguana and a redfoot tortoise in a 4 foot by 4 foot habitat? Absolutely not. That's not even an appropriate home for either of those species, let alone together. But the fact that the tortoises live on the ground, the iguanas are up high. I've seen a lot of zoos and facilities that have had those type of setups, and it's really good for them. Iguanas, more popular than basilisks, probably one of the most popular pet lizards on Earth for a long time. Unfortunately, because of their size and lack of proper care, people, you know, see a cute little green baby lizard, you know, smaller than the basilisk we just saw, and they don't do that homework, and they end up with a lizard that's 3, 4, 5 feet long, that has this long, powerful tail. If they hit you with their tail, they can leave welts and bruises. If they bite you, you can need stitches. Even the friendly ones, she regularly gets her claws trimmed because they can get very sharp. They do have very strong legs and claws. And she likes to be up high. So one of her favorite places is on my shoulder. A lot of times she'll even go up on top of my head because I am basically a tree and the highest point in the room. So they need height for their homes, a lot of variety for their veggies. So one of the differences between basilisks and iguanas, aside from adult size, is the fact that basilisks are insectivores, so you're going to be feeding them bugs. Iguanas are 100% herbivores. So neither of these animals are animals I would suggest as a pet for a lot of people. Because they have very specialized needs, you basically have to try and recreate the jungle for them. Because the size of the iguanas, the attitude of the basilisk, they can be very rewarding. Lenora, don't have the other animals, is probably one of my favorite lizards here. But a lot of work, messy, a lot of space, and huge amount of food. Lots of variety for veggies and fruit and things like that. What are you even doing? Just trying to go to the jungle in the background, I think. So I don't recommend iguanas. And here in Alberta, I think pet stores have kind of stopped selling them because people have kind of realized the amount of work. And unfortunately, a lot of iguanas don't survive very long because of improper humidity or people trying to feed them bugs or an improper diet. When I was a kid, we almost got a pet green iguana, and the pet store told us to feed it cat food. Now, we've learned a lot since then about husbandry, but it makes me sad how many iguanas probably passed away from improper diet. You know, you don't feed vegetarians high protein food, just like you shouldn't feed a cat a vegan diet. Right, Lenore? I love these moments with her. You know, I love spending time with her. You know, she will come home sometimes with me, and I'll just let her hang out on the couch. As long as they have a proper heat gradient and home to go home to, you know, you can kind of have them out for periods, supervised, hang out with them on the couch, cuddle them like a dog or a cat. So, you know, that's one of the nice things about some large lizards, like some iguanas, but unfortunately that's not always the case. They're not always as friendly. Male iguanas especially can become very territorial. They have very sharp teeth as well for a herbivore, so, you know, a bite from an iguana can be very, very painful. So all those are the reasons why I say, where are you going? I say not a great choice for a pet for a lot of people, but a great choice for us here at the facility. I've had her now for 3 years, 2 or 3 years, I think 3 years. I can't keep track. And she's been such a great ambassador and for people to meet iguanas and learn about them, and learn they're not great pets. Now, we're going to have lots more video content coming up, so if you like what you saw today, sharing is a great way to spread the word about our channel. We have all sorts of ways you can support us. Our nature center, we're about 6 months in our facility, finally have our business license, finally getting open, but we're still a few weeks away. So signing up for Patreon is a great way to see behind the scenes, get first look at these YouTube videos, as well as stories, adventures, all sorts of fun stuff, starting at just $3 a month. There's discounts as well for some of our Patreons, both here at the Nature Center and online, as well as in our gift shop. But the biggest thing you can do, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified when we have new videos. We try to post videos at least every Tuesday. Some weeks we're going to have more, and we are hoping to be able to add a second video once a week, once we sort of get everything together for our editing and all that fun stuff. But thanks so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. Again, hit that subscribe button, check out all our social media below, and we'll see you next time.